Welcome guys to a brand new video on solo leveling Arise. Now I want to talk about the workshop of Brilliant Light because of course the devs have been giving us a bunch of stuff in preparation for the workshop of Brilliant Light. This should be coming in the next update we get, so let me just quickly check. In about 9 days, so when Alicia banner goes away, we should be getting a brand new event brand new game mode, brand new character. What else are we actually supposedly going to be getting with the update? Let me just quickly check. So there should be an addition to a couple of chapter stories, so a new chapter story. We should be getting Workshop of Brilliant Light, a new character, new artifacts from the Workshop of Brilliant Light as well. Now I want to talk about how to prepare for this as well, because you do need a couple of your characters to be strong, because I don't think the Workshop of Brilliant Light is going to be that easy. I don't think it's going to be that easy. Now, to unlock the Workshop of Brilliant Light, I'm not sure what requirements is needed, because this is where the Workshop of Brilliant Light is going to be. If I remember correctly, actually no, you guys let me know down in the comment section, but I'm pretty sure it's like chapter 11 or chapter 10 and 11 and then 12. So this should be like chapter 13 or 14. So I'm not sure if newer players will be able to unlock the new game mode. I really do hope they can, because it's going to be a new content that of course we want people to be able to play, but whatever. So in terms of preparing, now we did see there was a video that was actually released showcasing the gameplay of Workshop of Brilliant Light. Huge shout out to, I believe, Natso for releasing that video, but I just took a look at it briefly. Now what I saw from that was that water character were getting buffed up in that event, which kind of makes sense because supposedly our next character is going to be a water unit. If you guys don't know, Melin Fisher is supposedly the next character, which a couple of us can actually find in game. So far I have been unable to actually see her in game, but let me just see if actually she's here or not. Let me just quickly see. She ain't here, but people have been finding her around here, but I haven't been able to see her. But apparently she is going to be a water type character, which completely makes sense if the new event or new game mode we're getting is supposedly for water type elements character. So of course you want to be able to break, you want to be able to deal with a huge amount of damage. So it's Song Jinwoo that's going to be your main character in here as well. So I'm going to tell you guys, prepare water type weapons, water type character. It also makes sense that the new weapon that we also got was a water type as well. This is a proper DPS water type weapon. We got Alicia, we're getting Marilyn Fisher, another water type character. Again, kind of makes sense that the brand new game mode, the current boss or the current monster we're going to be going against is weak to the water type elements. So you need to be able to get good water weapons, good water characters. In terms of hunters that you can use, actually before I carry on with the video guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more content on solo leveling Arise. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure that post notification is on and click the like button as well for your support. You guys are absolutely amazing. So for water type characters that you can use, I don't know if you can actually freeze the boss, because I do think Alicia, although she doesn't provide you guys with like increased damage, but she has the freeze ability. I haven't seen if you can actually freeze the opponent, if you can freeze the boss, but if you can, she is going to be very useful, because again, it's going to be a really hard, difficult content. That is going to be something that's going to be helpful, the freezing, plus the ability to provide us with shield as well. Now, like I said, I didn't watch gameplay and the entirety of the gameplay, because I didn't really want to spoil myself at the same time. But what I noticed was, again, weak to water type characters. You need break characters as well. Now, since it's weak to water type, I'm guessing your fire type characters are not going to be recommended at all. So usually I use Emma as my main break character alongside, of course, Seo. But honestly, you probably won't be able to use Emma, or you shouldn't use Emma or any fire type characters, but you can technically, well, CEO is probably going to be the best option to use, because she also provides you guys with a shield, and if you're really worried about surviving, that shield will actually come in handy. And again, she also has the ability to break as well. Now break isn't too crazy, but again, being able to break the opponent is going to be very, very helpful. We also have Beck as well, really great breaker, plus the ability to decrease defense of the opponent. We also have Oh yeah, Nam is actually insane. Like, she's an SR unit, but she's actually pretty good. And as you can see, I've actually built her up to level 80 because out of all the SR units in the game, she is definitely a must build in my opinion. But I haven't really worked too much on her. But in terms of build that would be best for her, honestly, she's just there for the break ability. But you can give her this destroyer set to make sure that you increase your power gauge acquisition. This would be very helpful for Song Jin-woo. Plus also having this as well. This is a complete build set around supporting your characters, but you can also build her to increase her break capability. You can also give her solid analysis. Actually, yeah, probably solid analysis will be best because you want to make sure that she's able to break even more. So yeah, you could build her with solid analysis as well, but definitely still recommend using the outstanding connection for her so that you can get a better buff from her as well. In terms of CO, I'm using this over here, which if she gives us a shield, she actually gives us a 10% damage buff as well, which will actually be helpful as well. I'm really hoping that you guys have built her with good amount of HP so that the shield can actually be very tanky, but sometimes the shield doesn't actually help a lot. But anyways, that is another character you can build. Again, I'm still not sure if Alicia freeze is going to be helpful if the enemy is immune to freeze, but if it isn't, it's going to be very helpful as well. So 3 characters that I'm looking at to use is definitely going to be CO. If it's weak to water, again with the gameplay we saw, the enemy is weak to water, but it might be a different boss we actually see, but I'm not sure. But if it is that particular boss that is weak to water, CO, Alicia, if she can freeze, will be helpful. But more than likely, you want to break as fast as possible. So you might have to run Nam Chae-young, CO, and maybe Beck for that additional break as well. Now, your Song Jin-woo, also make sure that he has skill that can break, but also has the water element. So what I'm going to be using is this one over here, which when using the skill, increases damage of the crushing blow by 20%, and you can break as well. So that's going to be very helpful. And again, okay, this one doesn't have any. Oh, you can use one that freeze actually. Wait, this one doesn't freeze, but I'm pretty sure this one freezes. Yeah, this is perfect. Honestly, this is absolutely perfect as well. You freeze. This is honestly crazy. Is there a way I can showcase the animation? Oops. Is there no animations? I'm pretty sure I can show you guys the animations, right? Yeah, there we go. Preview. So this skill actually allows you to basically freeze as well. So freeze plus able to break even more. This is going to be a important skill, but of course you do need some prerequisite to be able to actually start using this skill, but a very good skill. And you can also use this one. Doesn't have any water type. This one does not break. This one you can use as well. This one does not break, no break. This one breaks, but there's no water type. So honestly, the one I'm going to be using is going to be this. So if I go over to equip skills, sorry about that. The skills I'm going to be using, I've already got that water type one already here. But for this one, it's going to be this one. There we go. So these are the 2 skills I'm going to use. In terms of blessing stones, we want to break. I don't know how hard it is to break, but from the gameplay, it looks pretty hard. You can use actually the pulverized blessing stones over here. The power of the break effect you apply to the enemy increases by 12%. So very good. This one cooldown decreases. Actually, yeah, that would be helpful if I had higher rarity. I am gonna include more dashes because I am not that great. I am not great at dashing around. You guys might be great, you guys might not be great. Depending on what you need, you can go with this, or you can also use the weakness detection as well. Your damage dealt to target that has elemental weakness is increased by 8% as well. Very good. I believe there's another one with breakability. Now, of course, I don't have every single blessing stones, but that's one of the blessing stones that I want to use. Not this one. Okay, there we go. So let me see. Your target's break gauge instantly decreases by 2% when you land a critical hit. That's actually helpful. That's actually really good. Wait a minute. So 2%, I'm guessing the entire break bar is 100%. So 100% divided by 2 is 50 hits, right? Is my math correct? 50 times 2. No, that's not right. What am I doing? It's 100 hits, sorry. 100 hits. 100 hits. So you need to do 100 hits and then you can break the opponent. Is that fast? I'm not sure. But what weapon I'm going to be using? Unfortunately, I do not have the new water type weapon. So I'm going to be using the Grimoire, of course. And as you can see, it has this. Increased damage dealt or damage taken by targets that have the elemental weakness by 24%. This is just the first dupe, by the way. For the first dupe, this is going to be an amazing debuff. Honestly, if you have the new weapon as well, that's actually going to be helpful. You know what, I might have to keep summoning. I was planning on saving my resources for Charhain to be added, because Charhain could be added after Alicia goes away. She could be added in here. So maybe I'll wait 9 days, see if Alicia gets added in here. I'll put her in here, and then also use try and get Scaddy from here as well. So in terms of preparation, make sure your characters are built well as well. For COG rule, you can either focus on increasing a break effectiveness or increasing the damage your characters can do, your Song Jiwoo can do, because of that shield she provides you guys with. Alicia, you can also use her as well. You could actually change the entire build for Alicia to be more supportive, because at the end of the day, the damage from your characters that are supporting isn't usually that insane, I don't think. So you could probably prioritize her with like outstanding connection to increase your attack. I'm not sure if this stacks if other characters have that as well. Now again, you can also use Min as well, because Min has the ability to increase damage taken by 15%, and the shield, the healing could be effective as well. So that's very useful as well. Besides that, you could also use Lee Bora, but I think Min is better than Lee Bora, but again, effectiveness for increasing damage taken would be good from here as well. In terms of SR units that you can use, you could actually use, wait, let me see. So you could actually use Charhain as well, because of the branding effect, increasing critical hit and critical hit damage, but I don't think it's that crazy compared to using CO. With Beck, you get the break effect as well. So I'd rather use those two characters. You could also use Silvermane Beck. The only issue is increases the user's attack by 20%, but increases damage taken by 10%. Again, if you can't dodge properly, do not use Beck. Again, the attack buff is great, but you take more damage. Could use. She does heal, and her healing is technically better, but she requires you to stay within the circle. But from what I see in the gameplay, you need to be running around, so probably not the best to use, even though she's water type. Definitely someone you might want to use, because again, if the opponent can be frozen, yeah, she actually will come in clutch, honestly. So I might actually have to give her some really good sets right now, honestly, just to make sure she's good. So yeah, work on your water type characters. Again, it isn't confirmed that the first boss we're going against is going to be weak to water, so just make sure that your characters that you're using are actually built. Again, gold is something that a lot of free-to-play players are having a limited amount of resources on, but you can prepare with your Song Jiwoo, making sure that if you have runes that can be useful, you use the water ones. Again, I do think pulverize could be very important, because you want to be able to break as fast as possible. So skills, yep, artifact set, I'm going with this one. I'm going to try and improve his build a bit as well. I might have to change. No, I think that's pretty much it. That's how you prepare. It's been your boy AC Gamer. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm out.